What's going on, guys? It's No, just checking in. Another vlog in my car. There's something about driving right now that, for whatever reason, makes me feel like I can speak more fluidly, think more clearly. Maybe it's because objectively I need to focus on the road in front of me. Anyway, something right now that has been really, really hard for me. Well, hard's a relative term, but something I'm working hard on that doesn't come as natural to me, let's say, as other things, is surrendering. And right now, needing to surrender to my alcoholism, to what needs to be done to get better. And you can apply this, and I've had to apply this in other ways. Surrendering to my depression, surrendering to anxiety disorder, surrendering to low testosterone. And I don't mean surrender like in the sense of giving in and feeling defeated, but surrendering in the sense that I can't control it. It's something that's out of my control that I need to turn over to something bigger than myself. And that's the message I'm hearing a lot right now. It's a message I've heard before. But when it comes to my drinking, and it comes to trying to learn how to be sober, I've never fully surrendered. And it's different, in my opinion, acknowledging and understanding that you have a problem and surrendering. I think they're two very separate things. I've known I had a problem, and I've known it's best that I be sober. But I've never surrendered to a process that's outside of myself. I've never surrendered beyond my own will, like, okay, then I won't do it. Then I won't drink. Then I won't be, an active alcoholic because things get better. But what it ends up coming down to, and this is something that I really hadn't had to think about for a long time, or have not had to think about for a long time, is that, yes, I can acknowledge that I'm an alcoholic now, but I don't know how to live life sober. And it didn't matter for this channel for the longest time because I was so horribly depressed. I've never really spoken about what led to my depression. I've never really gone into the story of my life as to where it all came from and why I had that breakdown, aside from my chemical reaction or my rare reaction to a medication I took. But before I got horribly depressed and had my breakdown in May of 2011, I didn't know how to live life on life's terms. Like, I didn't know how to be satisfied with my life and with the person I was and feel like my self-esteem was intact. I was worth something. I was doing something worthwhile. I didn't have that. I've never had that. And I'm not trying to be dramatic and act like my life has been horrible. It hasn't. But in terms of learning just how to be a productive, functional, and stable member of society, I've never sorted that out. And so when I became horribly depressed, anxious, found out I had low testosterone, I went in survival mode, and everything went into surviving the depression, the anxiety, the low testosterone, and the depersonalization, and there was never a thought about the drinking anymore. I was too depressed to drink, and that's just the way it was, and I thought I would never drink again. Never even thought I could drink again. Just out of the question. Well, now we're like entering a new phase. I'm entering a new phase in my life. Well, it's more like re-entering an old phase, but it's a new phase for right now in the sense that I've learned how to deal with depression and cope with depression. I've learned how to heal from it, from depersonalization. I've treated my low testosterone, and now it's time to learn how to live life. Now it's time to learn how to be responsible. It's time to learn how to be happy without needing something to make me so. And alcohol, I always end up turning to it because after a couple months, 2-3 months, there's some emptiness inside of me that I think it might fill. And it's almost like I know I shouldn't do it. I understand it's wrong, so I'm drinking with the understanding that this is a mistake. And I can't settle for that anymore. I feel like I can't settle for that anymore. I don't know if I'll make it back, and I have a deep fear of not making it back in terms of, for me, getting out of that destructive drinking cycle. I've never really even gotten really deep into how bad things get for me, emotionally speaking and mentally speaking, when I drink. You guys have seen the repercussions. If you happen to be one of my viewers that follows pretty closely, you know that I struggle after I get sober. You've seen that I spend a couple months usually really fighting mood swings. My depression is amped up. Obviously, alcohol is a depressant. My anxiety is worse. Things just get worse for a while, and it's awful. And so I'm starting to experience my first round of those mood swings, that stability that I fought so hard for. I'm always so quick to let it go when the untreated alcoholic in me gets a chance to run the show. And when I'm feeling the most stable is always when things are the most risky for me. So surrender. Surrender right now is the name of the game. I'm digging so deep inside of myself, inside my heart, to have the capacity to surrender and to be okay with that. Right now I have to go on faith alone. Because I've never worked a program, and I'm not trying to push program on other people. You guys do you. You guys are my YouTube family. I just share what's on my heart. I share what's going on with my life. That's just a thing I do. But I'm trying really hard right now to surrender and to have faith that it's going to be okay. That it's going to be okay. And I know my old ways weren't working. For all the things I figured out about mood, mental health, and life, I've never figured out how to be sober and successfully so. But I do know how to self-destruct, and I can't settle for that anymore. I'm tired of that story. I'm tired of that being a part of my story, and so I want to change it. So that's what I'm working on right now. I just wanted to open up to you guys and share that with you. And please, in the comments below, if you feel so inclined, talk to me. Talk to me about things in your life you've had to surrender to in order to overcome them. If you happen to have any experience with drugs and alcohol and you feel comfortable commenting, what are some things that you've had to do to work through that surrender in order to have something greater than yourself? There's all these promises that they say in AA, and I just want to be a part of them, but my mind is still very fragile, very new, even though I've strung together many months of sobriety over and over again. In terms of turning it over and really going for something different, something new, I feel like it's my first time, really trying to listen. Trying not to let myself come to conclusions. I don't know anything. That's how I'm trying to take it. I'll stick to what I know, and I don't know how to be successfully sober and feel fulfilled with life. And so I will keep managing my mood the best I can. I'll try to do the next best thing. I know I'm only human. I know there's been billions that have gone before me. I have faith that I can figure this out, and it's going to be okay, but it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of hard work. And so, yeah, share with me. Talk with me, guys. What are your stories, guys and gals? What do you... What's your take on all this? Not like, what's your take on me? Like, in your life, if it's not addiction, what are things in your life that you're like, man, I'm powerless over this. I'm going to have to seek, help, and I'm going to have to be accepting and open to that help and trust that it knows something I don't. So that's what's going on with me, because my brain's still trying to trick me. Knowing I have a day off tomorrow, for example, is a big trigger, because it makes me want to compromise my morals. I've done a couple things lately that have been different that I think are going to pay huge dividends. I want to do a video about it later, but right now I just want to open up to you guys, like I just said, about that surrender, and I just wanted to be transparent for you. I think that's important. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing in general in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, and we'll do another video soon. Till another day, one day, 1 hour, 1 minute at a time. We are gonna do this shit. We're gonna beat this shit. All right, guys, take care.